everyone, S.E. Smith here, and I'd like to welcome Evelyn Lederman here. She is a fabulous author, and she's going to tell us a little bit today about some of her books. So, Evelyn, tell us about what you write.
I write about parallel dimensions. I was outside of Sedona, Arizona, and a conversation that took place between my sister and my friend Al went on while I was driving, and they were talking about string theory and parallel dimensions. And I was driving to play tennis about 5 years after that, and on February 23rd, that conversation popped back into my brain, and all of a sudden these 5 girls started talking to me. And through writing down what they were communicating, that was the Worlds Apart series.
All right, so tell us about the first book.
The first book, my heroine, Alex, is hiking in Sedona, Arizona. She follows a cute guy up a trail, and the next thing she knows, he disappears, and she's suddenly trapped in being pulled into a portal, and ends up being transported to a parallel dimension. It just so happens on the other side, her soulmate's there waiting.
Okay, and these ideas, you know, it sounds like they started out based in a real place on Earth. How did you come up with the idea of the world that you've created on the other side?
Well, I wanted it to be a parallel dimension, and originally I thought, well, what were the guys going to be? Because the women were going to be of that world, but had grown up in our world. And so originally I thought, well, I'd make the guys fae, and I'm like, nah. I didn't want to make them that different, so what I did was I just made them telepathic.
Okay. Now, the women can talk to them telepathically as well?
It turns out that when they were kids, they could read each other's thoughts without realizing they were telepathic. They just thought that they were very close. So when they were kids, a telepathic pathway opened, but they didn't know it was there. So as soon as she touched her soulmate, it was like they were electrocuted, because a telepathic channel opened between her and her soulmate, and that was her first real telepathic communication.
Now, anyone who has ever met you knows that you have a fascination with the color purple.
Yes.
And if they were to take a look at your books, which are absolutely fabulous, and the covers are divine, they're absolutely divine, they'll notice that that love comes through. Tell us how the purple plays such a big part in your stories.
I wanted, as soon as Alex entered the Troik universe, that's that first parallel dimension that is in my books, I wanted her to know that she was not in Sedona, Arizona anymore, and that she was not on what we refer to as Ginkgo Terra, which is Earth, in our parallel dimension. And when I lived in Austin, Texas, sometimes the air was so thick with cedar pollen that it appeared yellow. Well, I didn't want a yellow sky, so I thought, well, how many purple plants are there? And I pulled it up, and there are lots of them. So the purple in that particular world is because of all the purple pollen. In my second series, the Nightshade series, there is a tarp that protects the vampires in that parallel dimension from the ultraviolet light by this purple tarp, which makes it appear that the sky is purple. And in my third series, yet to be written, the ocean is purple because of all the algae. So I always have to find some way of bringing in the purple that would make sense. Yeah.
Which is really funny, because if you go on, I've actually read where they said that purple's not a common color in nature. Yet I can remember going on a trip with my sister, and it seemed like every 10 feet we had to stop and take a picture of a purple flower because she was in love with all these purple flowers that we saw. So it's really interesting how you're able to bring this concept in and then make it work in this parallel universe.
Yes, I am branded purple, see purple, purple, and my books are branded purple. So I did that as a means from a plot device, but unintentionally and fortunately branded myself purple.
Well, now tell us, you have how many books out at this time?
I currently have 4 books in the Worlds Apart series, which will be a total of 5.
Okay, can you tell us the names of them?
The first one is the Chameleon Soulmate, then the Crystal Telepath, then the Warrior Woman, then the Mind Control Telepath, and the fifth book has yet to be titled.
Revealed.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, and I
You're
hope
welcome.
everyone takes the time to check out Evelyn's books. They are absolutely fabulous. If you have any questions about them, just look for these really great purple covers, and Evelyn would be happy to help you. And Evelyn, tell us your website so they know where to come.
My website is evelynlederman.com.
And we'll hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.